Thanks for tuning in, football fans. It's John Kuzma from EndZoneBlog.com, and I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, in their last preseason game, JuJu Smith-Schuster and James Conner stepped up and completely balled out. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are in a transition phase. Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown are gone. And while those guys are great players that we've all enjoyed watching throughout the years, JuJu Smith-Schuster and James Conner are showing that they can rise up to expectations. Now, this shouldn't be that shocking because the Steelers have such a great organization and they're ran so well that they're going to reload and plug another guy in and draft well and just always be a contender just because they do business so well. The Rooney family has owned the Steelers for all those years, so they know football inside and out. That's what they do. They're pure football people, and it shows in their operations and how they execute their game plan, not only on the field, but for the whole thing as an organization. So, they draft JuJu Smith-Schuster and James Conner, and these guys were, stars at USC and Pitt, and now it's all panning out on the football field. It's not easy to fill Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell's shoes, but these guys go out there and they show that they're pure football players themselves. And JuJu Smith-Schuster caught a touchdown in that last preseason game. He ran a post, and Ben Roethlisberger just slinged it in there. It was one of the prettiest catches of the preseason that I've seen so far. And, it hurts to lose all that talent, but they were at a point where they could, move on from some guys and have Smith-Schuster and Conner waiting in the wings. And then speaking of Conner, not only does he run the ball extremely well and had, a couple of big-time runs right out of the gate, on one play, he slides over in pass protection and lights up this defensive end that was rushing and protects Roethlisberger. And it just shows that Conner is, he's a guy that isn't just about running the ball. He's not just a it's all about me type of player or me first guy. He's going to sell out on blocks to protect Roethlisberger and put his health on the line. Anything to help the Pittsburgh Steelers win football games and be a better football team. These guys they're authentic. They're real football players, and they're going to do everything they can to help Pittsburgh get back on track. And they're not just good players. They're on the cusp of both being great. You could argue that they're already entering that great category, but off what I've seen so far, I think the bar is even higher than we thought. And, will Pittsburgh get back in the playoffs? I'm not sure. I think they're a bubble team that could go either way. But based off what I've seen in that game, it's very possible they could be back in the playoffs just because those guys are bringing it. I think their defense is better with Devin Bush. Give the Rooney family credit because they don't stay down for very long at all. That was the softest rebuild of all time. They missed the playoffs 1 year. That's just the sign of a great organization. And the Steelers, they could be back. It's possible. I'm John Kuzma. Check out EndZoneBlog.com.